In this clip, we're in the second half against San Diego. Just good possession out of the back. It leads to a good long ball and a corner kick. So let it run out. Again, the principles to play, playing where you're facing, 1 and 2 touch. This is good by Nathan here. Good intelligent long ball into space. Good, ball control there by Brendan. Nothing's on. Oh, actually, at this point, Jet was probably on here. I think I remember, hearing in this play. You can't see it exactly, but when he received this ball, Jet's looking for it, and I think it's on for us to play over top. Winston's calling for it. I think Jet's making a run in here, but Brendan doesn't see it. He's able to play, backwards and across the field, which is what we're looking for. And now Garrett's looking in that same exact space that was open for us because that's what was on when Brendan had the ball. Right, the defense had stepped up basically onto Winston, and Jet was in a 1v1. And so the type of ball you want to play, right, is into the corner like this so that we win the ball. And I think it's good ball behind the defensive line that leads to this corner kick. So in either case, I think it's good possession out of the back. Brendan obviously has to look for those balls, those longer balls over the top, because Jet likes to run in behind. And I think we can exploit that, especially when the defense is pressed high up the line, pushing up the field and has a high line and there's a lot of space to play into. But he does a good job of finding Garrett, and Garrett is the one that is looking in behind with a good ball. Ends up being a corner kick for us. All right, in this clip, you just see a good example of a free kick to the back post by Dean, and what could happen from it. I think Garrett definitely gets up above his defender. I don't know why they had such a small defender on him, but as you can see, the ball is good. It's dangerous, into a dangerous area. Fast forward a little bit for the service. As you can see, Garrett's marked 1v1 here, and he definitely has a height advantage. Look, most of the defenders, again, are looking to mark this near space first, right? I think this is these type of runs are still on, right, for us to play, but it's more of, I want to find our where we've scored goals. What has worked for us in the past is playing the ball to the back post. Let's get the ball to our tallest players in the back post. And these guys are looking to, in case it was short, to flick it on to obviously score. But then if it does go over their heads, again, I mentioned this against Cincinnati, you spin out and you're looking to get the redirect. So here you can see the ball's coming in. Right, and Garrett probably should score that goal. I think he's looking to put the ball to the near post. And again, I've mentioned that he scored against Loudon, hitting the ball to the near post, and it's a good header. But to me, you got to head these balls across the goal, right? Force the goalkeeper to have to work left, across. He's working to his left. Force the goalkeeper to have to dive back to his right. It also, in case if you do miss, say you miss to the near post, these players can run in on it. There's more chances for us to score if we head the ball back from where it came from. Get a good square header on it. Put the ball back towards the direction that it came from. So in this case, instead of trying to flick the ball to the near post and head it down, you want to head the ball back towards the far post from this area. But you can see that the type of service that we want from a free kick is to the back post. We have a number of players working to that near post in case the ball is curled in near post and we mishit it. We're aiming back post. We have the worst case scenario, it goes near and we're able to win it. But the best case scenario is that we're able to win the ball with our best headers at the back post, force them to have to, backpedal and have to head a ball as we're attacking it. And I think you can see how positive it was for us and the chance that we got from this play with the good service. All right, and on this clip, you just see, a chance for them on goal, which they probably should score. And really, it's just poor defending, individual 1v1 defending. We allow the player to basically just dribble the entire team from this goal kick. There's not much play here, not in terms of nothing tactically here that needs to change. It's purely just effort and better individual defending. So we got a 1v1 here with Dean, and he allows him to get on the inside of him and run towards the goal. We have no cover on the inside by Abel or Garrett, and all three players basically allow him to run through. Right now it's a 1v2. Basically, Jake is screwed in this case. Not exactly sure who we're marking here. I think Raphael is running with the runner that's going wide. Probably should peel off here and let that guy go and start to work towards the middle as you see the dangers coming. But he's expecting one of the three players involved to stop the play. We can't just allow this though, right? I think Dean has set up himself up to allow the player to go down line. He definitely needs cover, right? We're set up on this side of the field. They play a ball to the weak side. We got to recover here, right? To that side of the field, these three players have to do a better job of getting in position to help Dean, right? one of these three players has to get here. Dean has to do a better job of forcing the ball down line. And this is what happens basically when we don't. Right? No one tackles, no one puts a foot in, no one puts a body in. He gets through, little layoff pass, and he should score. Good save by Nathan in the end. That's a goal. Right? You got to do a better job individually, right? And then as a team, as a unit, right, have to have good pressure on the ball and good cover. The players who are providing the pressure have to force the ball wide, right, away from the goal. Force, and if he does get beat to the inside, you have to have cover, right? And basically, in the end, we just got to put a tackle in, put a body on the player, put a real challenge in, not just sticking a toe poke in there and trying to poke the ball away, actually stopping the player from running with the ball and preventing chances like this on goal. In this clip, you just see decent possession here across the field that leads to a service into the box, and Eric, possibly with a better control would have a shot on goal. A good quick free kick here by Rafael. Again, I don't mind these balls as long as they're accurate. I don't mind these balls into the forward's feet or into their chest. It just has to be a bit better here. They were able to win that ball, so the ball's not either. It has to either be into space behind the defenders to put pressure on them, or you got to find a good ball in behind. But Eric's here to pick up the second ball, which is good. He plays backwards and we play sideways, which is how we get out of the pressure. All right, good by Garrett here. I think he can pass a little bit earlier instead of traveling with the ball. But good interplay here between the two of them. A little bit risky with that turn, but he's able to get through. I don't necessarily want players, especially our 6, if he loses the ball here, they're in on goal, probably 3v3 or 3 versus 2. But he's able to he gets away with it, right? Instead of looking to pass, he's dribbling. All right, decent effort here to get the ball to Jet, but we're able to pick up the ball here, so it's good. We're trying to penetrate. We're also in good spots in case we lose the ball. We're able to win this ball. Abel does a good job of working the ball wide through Garrett here. And Dean does the right thing here, looking to serve the ball in the box. He has an opportunity, a window. Let's get it in there. And really, it's just a little bit better control. We'll probably get a shot off, or lay the ball off here to Jet or Abel running in on the goal. So this is combination play that could have worked, would have been from, I think this is Eric, back to Jet for a shot, or just better control, going forward instead of coming backwards, try to take that ball forward and shoot with your left foot. So in the end, it's a decent effort. The ball gets into a dangerous area in the box, which is what I'm looking for from our attacks. Possession is working from left to right to left across the field, which is good. I like the fact that we're switching point of attack. We try to penetrate, okay, but it's not on. It doesn't work, so we're in a good spot to win the ball again. And again, we don't necessarily force it. We look to play the next pass, and everyone's looking to make the next easiest pass they can find. Good 1v1 play by Dean on the wing to create a window, and he doesn't wait. The window's created. He works the ball to his right foot, and he serves the ball in the box for Eric, who's running in a good spot. I think a little bit better quality in that final third probably leads to a shot on goal or a good chance on goal. But overall, the play is good. All right, in this clip, you just see a very dangerous a chance against us. A corner kick for them that's nearly a goal. Let it run out first in full speed. Right across our goal line. We're able to clear the lines. We get a little bit fortunate there, but just want to highlight that what they're trying to do in this play and what we have to be aware of. So first thing, as the ball, our positioning. The reason why we have players here in this spot, Dean is here and Abel, is to prevent any service from getting through to the near post easily, right? So we want to put some on the ground, or at a height that is easy to attack. So we want to put a player here, but your job is to also be in a half turn so you can see anybody running beyond you. You gotta have to be in a half turn here so you can see players trying to get in front of you, because teams will run a player in front of you to basically flick the ball on. So if you're in this near space, if you're the player marking this space, your job basically is to be able to see runners and the ball. So you got to be a little bit more in a half turn so you can see what's going on behind you. Okay, and then when the ball does come, if somebody is trying to run in front of you, you got to go with them and front that player, okay, and make sure they're not getting the ball. In this case, I think also Mike has to do a better job of just sealing his defender off, making sure he can't run in here, right? Use your arms, use your body, make sure he can't run in to a space. You don't do a good job here. Really, you don't do, you're not marking him at all, right? You're letting him go free, and he's able to get in front of Dean, okay? That then creates the flick-on opportunity, right? We're not able to stop the ball from getting in past our near post, and luckily for us, Jet's at the back post doing his job, which is sealing off his defender, which is what everyone should be doing. You should be using your arms, using your body, making sure they don't have a clean header or kick at the ball, right? Make it hard for them to have to on each challenge, right? So when they're going up for a header, they're getting bumped, they're getting hit, they're getting grabbed, they're getting whatever it is to slow them down, to make it harder for them to get a clean head on the ball is what is needed here. And I think every player needs to be touch tight, meaning you're able to grab them, right? I don't think this is too easy by Mike. Dean doesn't see the pressure coming, right? The run's coming, and that's his job, is to see that run and obviously clear this ball out. And as it comes in, he's surprised, obviously. I think he probably thought he had it easily, so he's not necessarily attacking it as much as he probably should have been. But we can't shy away from the contact. Don't turn your back. Get your head in there, right? Dean's not one to really do that, but I think he gets surprised here by the attacker getting in front of him. They flick it on, and luckily for us, Jet's is doing his job, right? He bails us out by sealing his attacker off, making sure that he's not able to get to the ball, and then clearing the ball. So you can see that's a dangerous chance for them, or chance against us, and nearly a goal for them, just because of our positioning, possibly our communication, understanding of our roles, and just the attitude of when we have a free kick, when the other team has a free kick, it's effort, it's attitude, it's I'm going to make sure this player does not get to the ball, right? And you have that mentality, you're going to see every single play out and don't stop until the ball is cleared. And I think Jet did a good job there, but the rest of the team in this case, didn't necessarily seal the defender off. They were able to get a flick on it and create a very dangerous opportunity that they nearly score. All right, in this clip, you just see, again, some good possession that leads to a cross into a dangerous area. As I said in the first half, we didn't do a good job of penetration and getting into the box, but here's a good example in the second half where we actually do win the first ball here, and I think they were clearing the ball out. All right, good penetration pass. One-touch passing here is great, okay, by Jack and Garrett. Again, good interplay between the players. We're looking up, heads up to switch a point of attack with a good long ball. And this is the start of our attack, right? We've played from left to right. Good one-touch passing to get us out beyond the midfield. And now we're attacking the wings on either side. We attacked the left side. It wasn't on for us. Jack made an overlapping run. Daniel cuts inside. He's looking to play Billy. Now, at this moment, as that ball has been played, one of the things I think needs to happen here is that we need to crash the box. Okay, one of the things I see Messi do a lot, and a lot of players in general that are playing as a withdrawn forward. So if you come back into the midfield to receive the ball, and you're one that's playmaking, a late run in the box usually scores you a goal, but it has to be hard. You have to get there, and I think we don't get anybody to the back post here. It's a good service, right? But no one's there to really put pressure on that defender, right? Neither Jack nor Daniel are in a position to attack that ball. Yassine's working to the near post, or at least the near area. We need somebody getting to that back post, and normally I would say Jack, being the weak side midfielder in this case, would run in the spaces between the outside back and the center back. But in this instance, he's out now the wide forward because he overlapped Daniel. Daniel taking his position. Now one of you two has to get to that spot. Now we've identified it before, but I think one of you two, I think this is Daniel here, and Jack's in the distance. I can't really see him. There he is running beyond it. He's right around here. That's Jack, and that's Daniel. As this ball gets played, all right, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Somebody should be there by now. As soon as we realize that we're in a good spot to serve the ball, we need runners in the box. And I think that was the only thing missing from this chance. All right, in this clip, you just see a good attempt on goal. There's nothing really to it in terms of our patterns of play, but it's just pure hustle and effort and just the willingness to get forward and put pressure on them. So as you see the play going, we're just getting the ball forward, really. Knocking the ball forward, little lucky there, but we're pressing. Right? Yassine does a good job of putting him under pressure, winning the ball. He doesn't give up on the play. Good interplay between our forwards, looking to return pass to each other, and a good shot on goal. Good save by the keeper. It's going up for 90. So just wanted to highlight a good play overall. Nothing special about it. It just effort, combination play that players are working off of each other, and then we're shooting from distance, which is good. And I think in the end, it's a good effort on goal. There's not much there besides that shot. Maybe there's a pass to Jack there, but I like the effort from distance, and especially since it's on goal and the keeper has to obviously save it. I think it's a good play to highlight. All right, in this clip, you'll just see some combination plays where I think we need to find the midfielder instead of trying to turn ourselves. I'll let it run out. Good good one-two-touch passing. Good ball here into Garrett. And as you see him setting up for this, you can see the movement here. We got to find him, I think, right? It's not a bad turn, right, to turn out and try to find it wide. But I think the momentum that Garrett is generating here and just his idea, he must see something. And that's usually what I want you guys to focus on is that, you see the player making such a movement. Maybe Garrett needs to be a little more demanding of it, but his body language says, "I see something. Give me the ball back." And I think when you see this, we need to give it to him, because I think he received this ball on the other side of the referee. He's attacking the center of the field, and we don't normally attack the center of the field. I'll admit it's not something we normally see from our midfielders that we're looking to give and go down the center of them. So we're maybe not necessarily looking for this as often. We're looking to work the ball wide a lot of times and then get service. But I think we need to add this to our game, where this type of pass, instead of turning away from it, let's give it right back to our midfielders. Just try to break them down the center of the field, as opposed to working the ball wide. I don't want to lose our wide play, but I definitely think there was a couple instances in this game where it's set up for us to penetrate them down the center of the field with good give and go type play. And I think you can see his body language, and I can see it when I watch this play live. I'm like, this is on for us, because his body language says, "I have an opening here. Give me the ball back." You can see he's drawing the defender out towards him, right, letting him get close, and then running off it. It's a run pass. It's like he's basically on his next touch, he's sprinting into the space, right? You can give it back there, Daniel. I think it's Daniel, and spin out, and you would be in on goal for a through ball, or Garrett can shoot, or he can find Yassine. Those are the options that we need to look for down the center of the field. There is a diamond. When I talk about the 4-3, I'm usually talking about the diamond on the strong side where the ball is, and the 3 players, basically outside midfielder, the outside back, and the weak side midfielder on the other side, are typically our shape, right? We have 4 players attacking one space and 3 players attacking the other, right? That shape, right, is for when we're attacking wide. But when we attack the center, we have a diamond between the players in the center of the field as well that we need to start to try to combine through. The 2 attacking midfielders, the 6 and the 4, creates a central diamond that we need to figure out how to get give and goes, that we're attacking the spaces down the center of the field. That opens up through balls for our wide guys, right? We don't necessarily have that pattern yet down, okay? I think this is an instance where we probably did have that set up, where we have players in good spots. You can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a good play by Garrett here to recognize, I think, that they're stepping up. There's a gap between the lines that he can attack now down the center of the field. I think we got to give it back to him, because as you can see, there's no one on him. You give this ball back to him right around here, and you spin out, Daniel. This is a ball right back to your feet. This defender might have to come. It's a give and go opportunity for Garrett himself. If the defender stays, he obviously can dribble and shoot himself. So there's multiple options here, I think, from the diamond in the center that we need to start to work on and add to our game in addition to our wide diamond type of attacking formations or attacking patterns, where we're trying to work with the overlap and give and goes to switch the point of attack for service in the box. This central diamond is more give and goes for little slip balls or shots from distance or little lob passes. Look at Barcelona. They attack the center of the field as well, just like they do the right and the left. They have they have lots of patterns where they work directly down the center of the field. And I think this is one of those instances where we had an opportunity, an opening, to really play down the center of them as opposed to trying to play it wide. The idea to play it wide is not bad, but I think it was on for us to play down the center. Here's another example where we can attack that center diamond, the center areas of the field. I think using Garrett or any player who's running in off of the forward. Again, looking to turn here. You'll see Yassine looks to turn kind of in his natural spin move, which I don't think is necessarily the best option in this case. I'll let it run out here. So it's long ball out of the back. Not the greatest ball, but we're able to win it. Play the way you're facing, I like that. We work the ball wide, I like that as well. And it's good play. All right, we're looking to play this side of the field, strong side. Basically, these 4 players are attacking this area. Not the greatest shape here, but we're in good spots. Good individual play here by Yacine just to keep the ball. Right, he's looking to get in behind, but he's keeping it at the same time. Good umbrella play. Like it's not on for us to go down line. It's not on for us to serve the ball in the box here. Let's work the ball around the other side of the field, and as we do that, we look to penetrate. And this is each time we move the ball, the player who's facing the field. What I'm expecting here is that you try to penetrate that angle. So if Billy was receiving the ball facing Ethan, for example, I would expect him to at least look to try to run off of Ethan by playing. And the same here as Garrett gets this ball, he's facing the field, right? He's facing the attacking half of the field. He has time on the ball, right? His job is now to try to penetrate by drawing them out, and this is what he does. But we just don't see the passing angles, right? Yacine is doing his little spin move, receiving the ball with his left foot and trying to curl himself. To me, this is the ball back into space for Garrett to run it. It's hard to see. But what you have to recognize is that Garrett, again, he sees something, right? He sees space that he can attack. He's going to beat his player to the ball. You don't necessarily have to play directly to him. You just got to play the ball into a space. And as this ball comes in, I think the ball right there, and instead of turning into pressure, again, the principle is don't turn into pressure unless you have to, right? Pass when you can, dribble when you have to. I think Yacine here could just lay a ball right into this little gap. It's not an easy gap to see, but it's there for us. Right in front of the referee again. Garrett's running in on this gap between this defender and this defender. This defender is keyed on you, okay? That's why I think the turn is not on and the pass is. Had the defender maybe not been there, yes, I would have said turn and shoot yourself. But we have a good attacking spaces here. This defender can't beat Garrett to the space because he's running out as the ball's being passed, and Garrett's running in, so he's going to beat him. And I think you just lay this ball off right where, you can't see it. I would say the space right in there. Garrett's running in onto that and is in clear on goal. Excuse me. And I think we got to see those opportunities. This is a second example of us turning into pressure, or at least turning away from the pass. That's excuse me, that is available to us. In this case, we lose the ball because we're trying to play ourselves as opposed to work with the player who's playing you. Okay, play the way you're facing. Give the ball to the player who can see the field better than you can. These are principles, right? They generally work. That's why they're called principles. And I think if you follow that, we'll have more opportunities to score if we stick to executing on what we've practiced, which is play the way you're faced, 1 and 2 touch, run off playing off of forward play. So in this case, Garrett's running off of the pass that he made. Another player could have made a similar run off of that, a third man run. But I think as the ball comes into Yacine, he's got to start to see those both sides, right and left. Ball is not supposed to, and instead of trying to turn himself to shoot, lay the ball off to the oncoming runner and let him, and then spin out, and you'll get an easier shot on goal, and the field will open up for us. So again, another example of where we're attacking the central space with a give and go, and I think it's on for us as we work the ball from left to right or right to left. These are the opportunities at any angle. It could be right center, left center, or dead center in the field. We want to attack through them as they come out at us using this type of give and go. Right? We draw them out. We let them think they're going to win the ball. You almost open up as if you're going to play the ball wide. There's a little deception here. Right? You open up your body as if you're going to go wide, and instead of going wide, you dip a pass in to the middle and run off of it. And I think we have to recognize that moment as being, I'm not going myself. I'm the receiver on this pass. Unless he plays me into a clear space that I can run onto and shoot going forward, I'm going to play the way I'm facing and spin out. I think we got to add that to our game, as you can see one more time. All right, that ball back to Garrett. He's going in on goal if he gets this ball back. All right, I think he gets this ball. Just a little layoff into the space. You don't see it. He'll run onto it and run through himself. I think he has the speed and the technical ability to do that. And we got to see that pass next time. All right, in this sequence, you'll see another good passing, possession, trying to penetrate, and really the critical moments of where we just need to play one touch instead of taking extra touches that cause us not to be able to break them down. So let it run through. All right, good pressure here by Yacine initially. All right, they're trying to play out with the long ball. We'll pick up the pieces, play good one-touch playing here. Find the next person, get the ball moving. Again, we probably could play Cam there, but we're looking to switch a point of attack, which is fine by me. It's not on for us. We finally do get to Cam. He plays one touch. Good here. Good by Daniel to play one touch again. And again, we move the ball quickly from side to side, in and out pattern. We'll eventually find the give and go or the opportunity for us to get through. And this is a critical moment. That's the ball that starts a lot of our attacks, right? The ball is going to the players, to the feet of our outside attack, outside forwards. We need runners off of that and underneath it. I think if you play one touch here, we probably have instead of taking 3 touches, which Billy does, so just let it play at full speed. Touch, stop, try to then play. That space now is closed off to Jack. Okay, I think if we receive the ball here and then just play, or play in one touch, maybe he didn't see the pass, early enough, but I think we get the ball to Tyler here and then in, back and through. So you can see it run through one more time. Right there, play, and Tyler's probably into space, or Jack can play Yassine. But it takes too long for us to get the ball there, and then obviously it closes it down. And again, it's just when you notice that when we do it play quickly, we create chances. When we take extra touches is usually when the play breaks down or they're able to cover it. You can see here, little sloppy in the end, but good one-touch pass by Daniel gets him the ball to Cam. I think just a little better ball to Yassine. I think we're out the other side of the field. Right, but generally speaking, the extra touches, and again, trying to dribble through into the pass, right, you'll see it breaks down. And so we can't penetrate because players are taking extra touches. And I think against a good team, a good defensive unit like this, we need to do a better job of recognizing the critical moments where we need just one touch instead of 2 or 3. Okay, we do a good job when we're trying to keep possession, but it's more critical when we're trying to break them down in the final third, because that's where they're most desperate, and that's where they're really going to be focused on trying to win the ball back. And if we keep it pinging between players, like we have in previous examples that created goals for us, I think we would have gotten through on this example, or in this case. All right, here's a sequence that leads to a good shot on goal good attempt by Jack. We really should score. A good quick free kick. Just let it run through. Good shielding there. Good play overall. Got our head up, looking for the next pass. Good interplay, good attempt to play there, by one touch by Billy. All right, puts him under pressure. Able to win the second balls out as they clear it. Can we play a little bit quicker, Daniel? All right, good though. We're keeping possession. We play the ball wide again, looking to get in behind. There, we just need a little service to the back post. It doesn't have to be. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. When you get in these spots, it doesn't necessarily have to be picking out a player. Can you just put the ball in an area and let them attack it, right? I think we tried to do too much here, and they're able to close it out. But again, we're still in the attack. We're winning these second balls. They're not able to get out, which is good. Now we work the ball to the other side of the field. This is good play by Billy to control and play wide. Right, good service here. Should be a goal. We missed far post. We're wide. It definitely could have been in. I remember seeing this live, and I'm thinking this is a goal. And, despite all the chances that they had, this is probably the best chance of the game, right? Or one of the best chances of the game, right? Could have won this game here, 0-0. Good interplay, overall, is that we're moving the ball quickly. We're attacking both sides of the field. We got 2, attempts of crosses into the box. They're decent defensively. They've stopped us up until this point, but this ball is excellent by Tyler. And you can see what happens when we attack the spaces between the outside back, or center back here, and the outside back with our weak side attacking midfielder or the forward. In this case, Jack's actually in a more of a forward position, and Daniel's more of an attacking mid position. You can see we work the ball around them, in and then out again, right, from Billy to Tyler. That's a common pattern for us. Ball to the back post is dangerous. He's got to finish it. That's all it's missing on this play. Had we scored that goal, it would have been a huge goal for us, right? Going up 1-0. But good play overall. 2 attempts here that I think we do a good job of being patient, moving the ball from side to side, and trying to get the ball in the box. And again, a good service. Finally got some good quality service in the box and nearly broke them down. And the only thing that's missing is that we just need to finish the ball. All right, in this clip, you just see a clear example, again, of us, our team, and just players in general, not willing to use their weak foot to score, and what happens when you don't, have the confidence in your weak foot to score and don't work on it. This is what happens. Good ball over top. He does everything right except choosing to come back to his left foot. And as you see, they close it down. Right, this is a clear chance on goal. Had this been on the other side of the field, he would have finished with his left foot. So there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, if this is a right-footed player, or if he's been working on his right foot, that he would have taken it with his right foot as opposed to with his left. Right, there's an opportunity here just to slot the ball with your right foot past the goalkeeper. There's no reason to turn around. Why come back into the pressure? Okay. So again, something we need to add to our game or need to improve upon in our game is that players aren't passing up opportunities to shoot with their weak foot. Players are developing that on their own, taking the time to become two-footed players. Both midfielders, passing, receiving, and be able to hit the balls, you know, with range over long distances. Garrett's a perfect example of what you can do when you have that ability. Okay, and then obviously, you know, our forwards, all three forwards, all six forwards, however many forwards that we have on the team, you know, all of us need to improve upon being able to play with both feet, receiving the ball, laying the balls off, and finishing. And what it opens up for you is that you can go both ways. You're a threat both ways. You don't pass up opportunities to score, and every good forward in the world can score with both feet. There isn't a forward out there, especially in the center forward position, that can't go both ways. Not any good forwards anyways. And I think this is just a perfect example of what happens when you don't work on that side of your game. If you only play one-footed, if you only develop one side, and this goes for every single player on the field, including the goalkeeper. Okay, you limit your options, you make it harder for you to play eventually, and you know this is the type of goal you have to score if you're going to be considered one of the top players, you know, to go on and play pro. Right, you got to score these goals. These are the breakaways. These are the easy ones. And I think just because technically we're not confident is what causes us to miss this chance, and you know, we're not able to score. So just, you know, this is a critical moment in the game, probably 5 minutes left in the game, and we're not able to score because we don't want to use our right foot. Just letting me see it over and over again so it sinks in. This goes for everybody, not just Yassine. What you miss out on when you don't work on with both feet. When you don't work with both feet, is this type of stuff happens. Okay, good player. All the players are playing on our team are good players, but all of you guys can be better here in this regard. And I've been saying it. I've known you guys since you guys are 11 and 12. That this is the biggest pet peeve I have of all the players on the team, is that they don't work on their weakness. They don't work on their weak foot. A number of players have over time developed stronger left foot, or you know, whatever their weak foot is. But I think the only way you're going to progress to the next level, okay, the only way a lot of you will get to the next level, which is, you know, potentially D1 college or pro, is that you work on your weaknesses, work on your left foot. You got to be a player that can go both ways. I can't stress it enough. I'm just going to show these over and over again. What happens when you don't? You miss these opportunities. You miss these chances. You miss opportunities to score and win the games for your team. Okay. Here's a clip of a dangerous, you know, attempt on goal by them. They probably should score, but Nathan comes up with a good save. And really, I just want to highlight here that, you know, when crosses come into the box, you got to seal your attacker off. And we've noticed, or at least pointed a number of instances in our games here from Bethesda on up, you know, through the season, where players on the back post, in this case is Cam, you know, aren't seeing both the ball and their attacker and aren't sealing off the defender. And you can see what happens here when you don't do that. All right, throw in for them. I think we, you know, obviously need to do a better job here for stopping the service, but, you know, the player does a good job here of holding off two players. And as you can see, I mean, that's in the net, basically. Nathan is having to dive across his net to save that, barely gets to it. And it's only because we're just not alert, right? Players are basically ball watching as opposed to being ready for the service, right? You got to assume that the ball's coming in. Get yourself ready to clear the ball. Marking, seeing the runner. Got to look left and right. Don't just stare at the ball the entire time. You got to be on a half turn. As this ball comes in, you got to be working towards the ball instead of standing flat-footed. There's no, I mean, this is clear chance on goal. This is probably the fourth or fifth time that we've been bailed out in this game by Nathan with a good save, right? We cannot afford to let these easy plays result in goals, right? A cross, you know, 1v1 on a cross, right? They're not doing anything special here in terms of combination play. They're just getting the ball in the box, and it's simple. You can see it coming from a mile away. Get your body in position to stop that from coming in. We got to do a better job here in the back post of marking. And I can't stress enough, players who are away from the plate cannot ball watch. They got to be looking for what the threats are coming in their direction and assume that it's going to be coming. Right? Assume the worst is going to happen. That player is going to beat our player and be ready for it. You cannot switch off, right, when we're in our half of the field defensively. And this is just another example throughout this game, multiple examples where we're basically bailed out here by Nathan saving the ball off the line or making a spectacular save because of our poor positioning, just a lack of awareness, just general effort to get to the ball. And in this case, sealing the play off so the attacker doesn't get across you. All of that has to happen on this play to prevent these chances from being goals. And in this case, luckily it wasn't for a goal. But you can see in this example and in some previous examples that I remember in, say, against FC Banco in Bethesda, where we just aren't doing a good job of marking runners in the box. I think we do, and so I wanted to highlight this. I don't want to end on a negative note, but this is a crucial part of our game that needs to be improved. I think you can see here why how dangerous it is if we don't start to see these moments and improve upon them.